Greetings, welcome back to Resident Evil on the Sega Saturn. Today on the agenda is we will deal with Plant 42 here in the dormitory area. And we're going to start by exploring the dormitory number 3, or the dorm room number 3, for which we got the key down in the basement with all the mutant sharks. So let's see what is in this room then. Actually, first off, we'll just take a look at what's in this bathroom. Just in case. Well, first of all, of course, there's this zombie that we just killed and some grenade rounds, and these are actually the incendiary rounds, or the flame rounds, which are useful against zombies, and well, they also work well against plants. But there is a minor problem involving the grenade launcher and reloading it, or loading ammo into it, in that, well, you can't just freely swap ammo. You have to expend the entire magazine before you can change the ammo type or load a different type of ammo into it, so that is a little bit of a problem and it's kind of cumbersome. Now there is a conspicuous bookcase on the back wall there, but first off we'll just use our Master of Unlocking skills to open up this here desk and pick up a bunch of ink ribbons. Much obliged. And we can also see that there is a conspicuous book in that pre-rendered bookcase, and we'll take a look at that in just a bit. And this is a report about something called V-Jolt. And we also find out that the T-virus is actually short for the Tyrant virus. And here we've got some stuff about chemicals here, and UMB number 16, aka V-Jolt, will apparently, well, if we put it on the root, we can then destroy the Plant 42 in less than 5 seconds. And in order to create V-Jolt, we have to mix some of the other chemicals that we can find. And that is actually what we are going to be doing next. And of course this is also what the math equations on the wall of that one room were all about. We'll come back to it right in a minute, after we just put this book into its place and open up a path. Now that actually leads to Plant 42, and we can fight Plant 42 right now, but it might be a good idea to weaken it first, so V-Jolt time it is. Now before we can play with any of the chemicals, we'll just put away some of our stuff into the item box, because, well, we are going to need a lot of inventory space for this. And that looks about right. So yeah, time for science. Yeah, we visited this room last time and it had the empty bottles that we could have picked up, but there was really no reason to do so at that point. But what we could not do was pick up the different chemicals that were also in this room. And we are supposed to mix those together. So yeah, in order to create V-Jolt, we just have to mix these chemicals over and over again. We actually only have 3 different substances that we have to worry about. We have water and UMB number 2 and UMB number 4. And eventually we can get the results we need. And now that that is done, we just have to head on over back to the basement and through this door that we did not check out last time, because there was nothing for us at that point. I'm trying to look around a little bit here, but there really isn't anything else in this room, although you might expect there to be. Nothing in the bag either, and nothing in this box. So what we're going to do is we'll just dump the V-Jolt over this route here. I seem to recall that animation looking a little bit better on the PlayStation. Not a whole lot, but just a bit. So now, of course, before we face off with Plant 42, we might want to equip ourselves with some stuff of the destructive variety. And of course dump our empty bottles, which will now be there in the item box for the rest of the game. And yeah, in the remake you actually just discard them after you're done with the V-Jolt puzzle and have dumped the chemical on Plant 42's route, but that's not the case here. So let's get to it. So despite what that memo in that room said, it does take quite a bit longer than 5 seconds to defeat Plant 42 in this fight. Now obviously it has been weakened and it has a lot less health than it would have normally, but it can still do damage. And we still have to run around quite a bit, and we can see that it can kind of knock us down with its with its spines, which is kind of annoying when I'm trying to aim. And that was just crap. I'm taking a couple more hits than I would like to, but it's not too bad. Well, at least until I decide to switch to the grenade launcher, because suddenly we are having some little problems actually hitting the target. For some reason our grenade round just... well, as long as we can even get one off without getting whacked, I guess they just fly right, well, through him, or through it, as you can see there. So at this point I was not all that worried about avoiding its attacks, because, well, we have kind of wasted a whole lot of ammo here. And I really should have just gone with the shotgun in hindsight. And I think there is a way to get through that, or get out of that, but, well, yeah. That could have gone better, he said pointedly. Right, so Plant 42 is still a threat, at least if you are stupid and try to finish it off with grenades, rather than just using the shotgun or even the pistol. We have plenty of rounds, so we could probably take care of it, but let's just do this without any stupidity here, or at least as little stupidity as I can manage. I'm not sure why the grenades were not hitting it. I think some of them just missed, but you could see that others just kind of faced through the roots. And that's all she wrote. Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed about getting killed in that first attempt, but yeah, it just shows that even after you do weaken the plant, you can still run into some issues. Anyway, here in the fireplace is what we came to get, and that is another mansion key. And this one has the carving of a helmet. So now we can open all the helmet key doors in the mansion. There are not very many of those. But regardless, we are going back to the mansion now.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
Yes, you're right.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion. that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Another exciting cutscene there, with fantastic acting as usual, and we can see that Wesker was actually shooting at some bees. And also, if you remember the hole in the floor in that one corridor that we pushed the statue over to block it, yeah, that hole, if we hadn't blocked it, it would have been a vine from Plant 42 right there that would have grabbed us whenever we went past, as you probably could have figured out by this point. But in any event, we are now done here in the dormitory. So let's just do a little bit of item management here again. Of course, we will be taking the helmet key. And we're gonna bring some ammunition just in case. And also save here because I am not fighting that plant again. Even if it is easy. He says after dying to it like a chump. But yeah, we never have to come to this place again, the dormitory, so we are going to say farewell to that and make our way back to the mansion. Yeah, as I said last time, the game is kinda divided into this. Oh, hold on.
This is Brad. I know you can't answer me, but somehow, give me a sign.
This is Jill. Brad? Oh, it's broken.
Yeah, it's kind of divided to these sections, and the opening section in the mansion is by far the most open and the largest one in general, and the rest of these are kind of, well, they're kind of linear and not all that extensive. And we never have to come to some of these places ever again. We'll just leave some of those herbs behind just in case. Because even though we don't have to come back there, of course we can go back there if there's like an item or something that we want to pick up. But there is really well, any active reason that you would have to. Now, I'm guessing that these snakes are supposed to be falling from the trees or something, but it's still kind of silly. And looks more like they are just dropping off from the sky. But we are almost back to the mansion proper. And it's, well, we've got a couple of doors we can unlock with the helmet key, and that's pretty much it. And of course we have killed pretty much all of the zombies in there, so this should not be too much of a problem for us. Just gonna leave those herbs back there, in case we need them later. Not that I could have carried them with me anyway, so whatever. Over here in the mansion it is now nice and quiet with no zombies around, and we can just move around at our leisure. Nothing to worry about. And we shall explore the mansion next time.